Welcome to the character hop tutorial. I'm going to call it character hop 2, and I'm going to create the scene. This is not so much about the animation, which will be a little character jumping, you guessed it. It'll be more about the rigging, the way we're going to rig up the character to do the animation. So let me address that just a little bit. Let me get set up here. I'm going to put in a background and then we can start sketching. So I am all set up here. I've got my pen size selected, and I wanted to talk about why we're doing this, why we are rigging a character instead of animating, one drawing and then another drawing and then another drawing and then another drawing. I love the process of drawing traditionally and having one drawing and then drawing the in-betweens and then having another key drawing and more in-betweens. It gives a very unique look. It is traditional in process and I love it. But it can be very impractical nowadays for larger productions especially. And so there's a method that is called rigging, where you magically can draw a character once, and you get it exactly the way you want it. And maybe our character has a turtleneck and a maybe it's more of a fancy sweater. But he's kind of eccentric, so even though he lives in cold weather, he wears shorts. Anyway, this is our character. And we can draw this character once. The artist on a production would draw it for the entire production. And maybe they swap out clothing, maybe they change different things. But it can be animated then over hundreds of episodes, thousands of episodes. Many different animators can share the same rig, so it's highly efficient. What do I mean by rig? Let me just show you real quick. So we are creating a skeleton, and that's what this tutorial is going to be about. But it's just what it sounds like, dropping in bones. I like to put a bone in the hand too. Down. The bones kind of go this way on the arms. On the legs, we'll explain why. The bones kind of go this way. All the way up underneath the body here. And then you've got this, the ankle. We don't want our feet to move, so the feet kind of drive the legs. We'll explain that. And then the body itself has a skeleton, 3 or 4 bones usually, that is rigged going up this way. And so by doing this, you are maintaining the scale of the character because you're not redrawing every frame. You're maintaining the scale. You are therefore keeping the character more on model. All these features will stay the same. You are able to pose out the character, create a key pose in a drawing, a key pose rather than a drawing per se. And the computer is able to interpolate, I think I'm spelling that right, interpolate between the different poses. So basically the computer does these for you. The in-between drawings that will take you to your different key poses. The computer will give you bad ideas. So yes, the computer does it for you, but you are in control. You are responsible for what the computer does. But you do get motion much faster. On these big productions, there are certain things that designers think about when creating the character. So, like I said, tucking the legs underneath, behind the body becomes important. Often you see this kind of three-quarter view of the character, right? Where the character is like this rather than totally sideways or from behind or so forth. And that's just a very usable pose for many scenes. And then if they need the sideways pose, if they need the front on pose, they can draw those separately and those get connected and created. But that's just a quick introduction to rigging, why we do it. And now in the next section, let's do some rigging of a character and a quick hop.